Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello Virgo, and welcome to my YouTube channel and or my Facebook page if you've come across this video on Facebook. So I got that out. So anyway, so I just want to say thank you as always to those of you who have shared, liked, thumbs up my videos and commented, as well as did I say shares? Yeah, shared the videos as well. But also to those of you who have made donations to my channel. So I really appreciate those as well. And thank you very much. Now, the other thing is, where am I going? I'm kind of feeling a little bit distracted, and it's like when your energy this morning, actually, a lot of the energies are quite distracted, and I feel there seems to be this, with yous, there seems to be this like sheepish sort of feeling like about going around things, and like while you are quite confident in other things or some some things, it's like there's something that you there's something in there that's around you at the moment that you're maybe a little bit more sheepish about, or not fully as confident as you thought you were or think you are, or people thought or think you are as well. But however, there are changes. There is something moving within you and without of you as you allowing yourself to take charge of your emotions and take charge of where your life is going by making some changes, like mentally, emotionally, physically as well, making some decisions basically in how you want your life to feel like, be like, and and what you want to do like in your life. Okay, wow, that was really interesting. Don't normally start it off like that. So anyway, welcome, and thank you for being here and watching this video, and I hope you get something out of it. Okay, so anyway, now I just want to also remind everybody that these are general reads, so the messages that come through may or may not resonate with you. If they don't, and if it doesn't fully resonate with you, don't totally throw it out, because it may be more of a forecast. So what I do encourage is like checking out one of your other signs. So this is for Virgo, and so Virgo may be in your sun, moon, rising, and or Venus sign on your chart. So if you don't know what your other signs are, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a free calculator in it and will work it out for you. And then you can have a gaze and a little bit of a peruse, a read about what your other signs are, and it kind of might open and shed some light for some of you that haven't gone there before. And it's not to say that these are set in concrete as well, because some of my Gemini sign and other signs, Cancer, it doesn't fully resonate with me. However, there's a shadow side and a light side to everything. So it's like not fully, and it doesn't always come out with every one single person, okay? But there may be certain aspects that do in some areas as well. So it's what it does. It just highlights some things or even lowlight some things that could be and give you a little bit more of an understanding about you, basically, at the end of the day. So that's all I need to go with that. So anyway, I'm using my Starman Tarot deck, made some notes and about them as well. And I've shuffled the cards and pulled some out. Well, they've flipped out. And then we've got some crystal cards. I've been joined to bring them in this week, and also a message from the Energy Oracle cards today. So we'll just I'll just go with those. So the first three to flop out, that are these three here, which is the Emperor, the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Wands here. So those three came out together. So it's interesting. I was going to say two, so there may be a little bit like, because I'll just say 2, 3, 4, blah, blah, blah. I'm just noticing like there may be a little bit of uncertainty, where you may be a little bit unsure about what or how many things you're going to make or produce, create, bake, or apply for, whatever it is. But there's something going on, and it's just like, this is where they're talking about like just taking a breath, okay? and really like just like super just letting everything else go and letting that go and then start again like with it. So because it's like you've way overthought something. Okay, anyway, the Emperor comes out first, and it says I lead by example in this deck, and which is really interesting because he is he's the law abiding citizen type person in a way, but this is about on saying that it's about taking responsibility for your actions, for what that is that you say, do, be and give out in society, but also to yourself and in your family as well, in your community. But here it's about walking your walk. So he's talking about leading by example. Okay, so you may be you may be having this feeling to take responsibility for your actions, or you may be have this, be forced to look at taking responsibility, or it may be just a general, something that you've just evolved into realization that actually I definitely need to make some, definite decisions towards taking responsibility, to walk your walk and talk your talk, and the courage, to do that, to step into doing that. So and we only gain confidence when we have the courage, basically, is what Spirit is saying, to do what it is that we need to do, and we learn from that. So this is about doing that. So there's the Emperor is the stern authority of law and order, and is the message from this deck. So in dealing with the practical and sometimes grim realities of life, basically, so is where they go. And when I'm hearing that, it's like this is about not necessarily law and order. However, it's probably more on what I'm feeling. It's more about is the there's that uncertainty that's coming through that, and I just said probably, and I'm thinking I don't normally say that. So that's something about your energy is coming, and there's a sense of not being definitely sure about something, and it's coming from yourself. Okay, this is about you. Okay, and making some decisions and being in your space and trusting you and who you are and what you do and where you're wanting to go and that sort of thing, and then taking the next step and then letting that unfold. But anyway, going back to that, so there's something about, and sometimes we get chucked back into, some things come up and we get chucked back into the past with memories and, that sort of thing. It kind of brings out some parts of us that we don't necessarily really want to see or review or in denial of or whatever it is, but it's there for a learning purpose. It's there for us. It's coming up for you to directly face it, and learn it, to accept it, and realize that it's not a part of you now, or that's what you're working towards, realizing that there's not you now, and when you're moving through and you're moving past that, whatever it is for you. But it's like there's something about turning of a page there, and I'm hearing with this card as well. And then we have the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is I want what others have. So there may have been this cunning, intelligent side of you that that you've used to deceive others, but also yourself on saying that, because this is who it is, and to deceive and steal from others or yourself. Okay, risking your reputation, honor, and even your life to some degree for some of you out there. So but there's something about that's like there's a realization where it might it might not be for you as intense as what I've just said it in this card, but it may be something else, or it may be, but it's enough to make you feel that way. Does that make sense? So, and even the fact that this is going back to, and maybe something that you're doing where in your life that you're living a lie. It's not really you, and it could be anything from, anything that goes against your belief system. And I'll drop that. So something doesn't want to be looked at. So, okay. So it's about, and so you may have destroyed someone's trust within yourself and others in your family at some point. Or this card could be seen, you could be seeing, observing somebody that is like this, okay? that has done this to you, and it may have really rocked your world, and which is like, which way am I going to go with this? Am I going to lead by example, or am I going to, am I going to like help this person by leading by example and pulling them up on it, and maybe working with them to correct the situation, or just letting them know this is what I'm seeing, this is what, and it's maybe they're not even contemplating it, seeing it that way. Because often when we're brought up in a certain way, we don't necessarily see it that way, because that's all we know, and that's all about how to work through. So there's that sort of thing that's going on. And so then we have the Ace of Wands, and talking about I am the catalyst. So the meaning that, you are the person, and you are, with the drive, you are the catalyst. And going into that space to having the drive to create something new, and, something new basically. So there may be with the Ace of Wands, because there is that, that high energy and that passionate, so there may be a sense of a powerful desire behind that to get going, this whatever it is that creates it, that's come up in these cards, because they've come together, that helps you to move into this space of, okay, I need to cut through my own bullshit, I need to get going, and I want to get going. So it's not becomes just a need, like in a needy space, but I want, because this is genuinely where you want to. You've made a decision. You've, you've moved, stepping out of the space in your head, but also in your energy, and you're creating something new. So this could be something new with a high sexual potency, as well as this powerful desire behind it. So there's that sort of energy that's behind it. So, with creating these new ideas and making them come to fruition. So I'm just going to leave that with you and move on to that, because the next one is the Sun. So the Sun says, I celebrate golden opportunities, that life brings me. So maybe with all this going on, it's, like flushing out something for some of you. Some of you it's coming to grips with that, and some of you this may be still brewing up and coming in. You may be starting to see where this is going, and bringing up all the stuff. But the Sun brings a new, fresh, rejuvenated energy that lifts your energy and brings joy and laughter with the Sun. So we're in spring now. It's a little bit splung today, because it's like a really wet and dismal sort of looking day weather-wise. But on saying that, it's a very cleansing energy. I feel it is that as anyway. So, and washing away bits and pieces from energetically from the past, but also on saying that it's replenishing the land, because it's been a little bit dry in some areas as well. So anyway, so with this warmth and this celebration with the Sun that's coming through, it helps to dissipate, the fears of bits and pieces that you may have been, like going back to these cards over here earlier. So, which will help you to unmask and persist, but also grow what is blocking you. Okay, unmask what is blocking you, but also help with that persistence of taking that, of moving forward, and allowing yourself to feel excited about things in general. And even if you don't really there's a sense of like scaredness, or being afraid of what might come and how it's going to work out, but you're never going to know unless you do it. Okay, so it's like, but then if it doesn't quite pan out how you want, so it's like, so if you're creating a workshop and only like say in 3 people, and I was, and I said only, and you're looking for maybe putting out there for maybe 10 or 15, and 3 or 5 people turn up, but that's okay, but something has happened, something has worked, something has, got there, and it's like working with that. And then continuing, because it means that there is something that maybe you're needing to tweak within that workshop, but those seem to be the right people at the right time for you that most need your assistance then. So then we make, there's just to give an example. It may not be that. It may be something completely different, something completely different there, but there's just an example there. So there may be something that you've put out there where you're creating something, packages or so, like I say, or a business or a service in some sort of way, and you're not quite sure how it's going to go. Well, it's like you've got an idea. I'm hearing that most of you, we've all got an idea. That's why we started. So it's just putting it out there and trial and error. But not only that, it's like we're able to build off that, or you're able to build off that. So there are no mistakes. Basically, that's just learning and growth. And unless we really, really super do something that's really, where it becomes a mistake because we did not totally should have known, that sort of thing. Anyway, so moving on, we have the Four of Swords after that. So the Four of Swords talks about going into that place of stillness, okay? And it's like I allow myself to rest in stillness. So when we're resting in that stillness place, we tend to find the answers that we need, the guidance that we need. And and that's just through being still and clearing the mind, stilling the mind. It doesn't always clear straight away, but it's stilling our energy, stilling our heart, our mind, our body, and our spirit and soul, basically. So it's coming to that place, and it's like, then when we were in that space, when kind of, I know for me anyway, and I know for many hundreds of others and lots of others that I've worked with, when they've found that space, it's like the answers come, the guidance is there, and it's usually something we already know, but we fight against it for whatever reason, okay? And then we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords talks about, I perceive danger everywhere. So some of you may be in this constant anxiety and torment of the mind, which just seems to be a big thing at the moment. So you may have this overactive thoughts and things, and or a hyperactive imagination going on there. So it's like, okay, so what is that going? And which is we see threats, and you may be seeing threats where there are none. So, which is why they're talking about this hyperactive or this overactive, overthinking things. So, it's one thing to think something, but it's like, okay, don't add to the picture where there is no extra additional picture or movie. That's it's like, whoa, it may not even go that way. So it's kind of like, just leave it alone and let it unfold. And be ready for whatever it is that, when I say be ready, it's not having any super amazing expectation about what might happen, because it may once again not be what you're thinking is going to happen. So what I mean is just be ready in the sense that you're going to go in with an open mind and heart to assist in whatever way that you have. So you're there for a reason. So whatever it is that's going on, it's like it's another part of the processing or the journey of our understanding and, of something about ourselves to do with our evolvement, basically, okay? And how we journey through life, how we perceive things, and how we're going to allow ourselves to be still and not be caught up in somebody else's drama. That's usually what has brought in this this turmoil of overthinking and that sort of thing. And because we've been, something is habitual in a way, and we're used to being in, you may be used to being in that fight or flight situation, and it's something that's just, been there, that you've learned from. And so now it's like, it's something that's happened in the past that's like triggered something within you. So now it means that for you, it might be that's what was the trigger. And that's how you see things happening, in the past, and on and off with certain situations even. So anyway, so something is shifting. So for me, that means something is coming to an end. And the fact that the Sun has come out and these last three cards have come out individually, there's something that is definitely shifting. So Spirit Quartz is the crystal that's come through for you today. And Spirit Quartz is a beautiful crystal energy with it. So I'm just looking at my notes, and I can't find my other notes that I've written up previously, because I didn't label it properly when I put it in my different other boxes that are in my laptop. So I'm not sure where I've put them now, so I've had to find some new ones. So anyway, so I've googled this, and if you haven't heard of Spirit Quartz, and maybe you know it by its other names, so which are the cactus amethyst, barnacle amethyst, pineapple amethyst, and porcupine quartz. So this is only a fairly new crystal that's been come about in about 2001. So it's been found in some of the a mountain region in South Africa, and the colors range from white, yellowish brown, lilac purple to gray brown. So it's an unusual color purple because of its ferrous iron purities, okay, so that you see in there, which is interesting because I've got all the different colors that are in there in this that have been mentioned, so it can be seen as or found. So it looks a lot like amethyst, obviously, is what you're probably thinking. So the spirit quartz is a stone that can give you purification, protection, and spiritual evolution. It also has the big ability to connect you to the spirit realm. It can uplift your soul and radiate strong vibrations and energies in all directions. It's also a stone that will bring about your spiritual evolution. It can guide your spirit to reach spiritual growth and enlightenment, okay? So the spirit quartz also carries energies of harmony and balance. So whenever you feel restless or unhinged, this stone can help restore the harmony and balance back in your life, which is exactly how I've been feeling. It's like with you guys, it's like, and girls, it's like, holy smokes. So in meditation, the spirit quartz can channel very high frequencies and light sources that will allow deeper concentration and insight. So, which is going back into that stillness energy that, you know, with the message in that card. Also, it can give you a deeper state of awareness and clarity, which is, you know, pretty amazing. So I've actually found an image, because I don't actually have this crystal and I'm going to buy me one as soon as, but I thought, well, I'll find an image. So that's one way if you don't want to buy another one, or you can't afford to buy one, or you just don't really want to buy another one because you've got an amazing collection already, but you may have something that is in your collection that is similar. So, but anyway, I've found an image and then I've just like saved it as my background image at the moment. So it will release you from any negative or fearful thought processes and replace it with feelings of peace, freedom, and harmony. It would also give you a feeling of connectedness. The more feelings of well-being and happiness that you have in your life, the more it will ripple out to others. So it's a powerful stone that will be very helpful for you if you are grieving for the loss of a loved one. Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to leave that there with you, Virgo, with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure, prosperity and abundance. From my amazing spiritual team, the energy of the Zions, and also the energy of Virgo, the sign of Virgo. God bless you, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye for now.